Did you know that many firms such as Uber, Tesla, LinkedIn, and WeWork that increase their sales or employment substantially for some consecutive years, the so-called high-growth firms or scale-ups, are actually growing through burning lots of cash, and mostly they are not profitable. So why some of these firms are very successful in the long run and some of them fail very harshly? Hi, my name is Mahdi Shahriari. I'm a fourth-year PhD candidate in strategic management and entrepreneurship at Rotterdam School of Management, Erasmus University. I'm originally from Iran, and I love playing football, traveling, and learning about the business world. In my research, I'm interested to learn about the long-term stock performance of high-growth firms. So based on the formal definition, high-growth firms are the firms that increase their sales or employment for at least 20% for 3 or more consecutive years. In recent years, these firms have attracted the interest of policymakers, academics, and entrepreneurs. And that is because these firms are normally less than 5% of firms in societies, yet they create almost half of the jobs. But despite this huge interest on these firms, we don't know about their long-term performance. Interestingly, the results of one of our projects show that for newly public firms, high-growth firms actually underperform non-high-growth firms. And we theorize that is because of two main reasons. First, high-growth firms raise the expectations of shareholders much more than non-high-growth firms, because shareholders usually look for the next Microsoft or Amazon among these firms. But we also know that persisting high growth is a very rare phenomenon, and very few firms are able to do so. So these firms are likely to violate expectations of shareholders. Second, these firms face numerous internal challenges, and an IPO or initial public offering adds to these problems. So again, these firms are very likely to commit mistakes and are more likely to violate shareholders' expectations. So does this mean that all firms should stop their high-growth strategies before going public? The answer is no, because we also found that there are some specific post-IPO aggressive strategies, such as acquisition and scaling, that if high-growth firms do, they will signal to investors that despite all the challenges, they are willing and able to seize the growth opportunities and to maintain their high growth in the future. So in our other projects, we are interested to find out at which point these successful high-growth firms turn their focus from mere high growth to profitability and to scaling, which is increasing the sales in a higher pace than costs. And this is a very critical point, because if high-growth firms do not reach this stage, they are very likely to fail. So I believe and hope that our findings will contribute to the high-growth firm literature.